The biggest thing that held me back from expressing myself online was waiting until I had authority. And if you're watching this video, you're likely in the same position. You are waiting for some holier than thou figure to descend from the clouds, tap you on the shoulder and say, "Go ahead, my sweet child. You have my permission. You are ready to speak." And look, I know where you're coming from. Because like I said, I wasted years waiting until I was in the perfect position, until I had all the credentials so that I could speak with conviction. But what I know now, at the age of 26 going on 27, is that I should have just documented everything. I should have said anything and everything that was on my mind, within reason. Because of course, one of the laws of power, say less than necessary. It's crucial. It's very simple, but very difficult to practice. And you should practice it in your life as well, because if you don't, you will get yourself into trouble. However, the point I'm making, the point you know is true, is that you should be documenting your thought process for a few different reasons. First and foremost, so that you can see how your mind is evolving. When you watch your YouTube videos back after 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, when you go back through your TikTok 3, 5, 7 years from now, whenever you uncover videos 20, 30 years from now that you filmed, articles that you wrote, tweets that you published, you'll get to see how your mind evolved. You'll get to see how your thought process changed over time, how you built upon some ideas, how you completely discarded some, how you changed, tweaked, and altered others, how you responded to feedback. You'll get to see that. And though that's fascinating for an obvious reason, the fact that you'll get to put yourself back in the shoes of who you were when you filmed the video, when you wrote the article, when you published the tweet, the more important thing is that you know in real time that you're not pulling any punches. Because what the world is missing are people who are willing to go out on a limb, people who are willing to put their skin in the game, to cut off their pound of flesh, to throw their name in the goblet of fire. That's what the world is missing. The world is full of people who hide behind screens, who hide behind bachelor's degrees and master's degrees, who hide behind lofty reputations that are made up of mere words, people who hide behind money, mansions, hide behind social media followings that were built on what exactly? Nothing concrete, just viral moments that came and went. That's what the world is made of. And what the world needs are people who are willing to go out on a limb and express themselves, knowing that they're going to be made fun of. Because people in the comment section are going to say, "Who is this guy? What the hell is this guy talking about? Get a load of this BS. Get a load of this rubbish." It's in every single one of my videos. Every TikTok I've ever posted, hate, hate, hate. Plenty of hate comments. And it's great. Not only because it pushes the content out further, but because it is what it is. No matter how big you get, no matter how far you go, no matter how great your ideas become, people are always going to hate on them because they're going to think you're a phony. They're going to think you're a fraud. They're not going to see you as an authority. And the main point that I want to articulate to you is that you're going to wait your whole life for an authority. You're never going to find one unless you look to the heavens, unless you look not to that holier than thou creature, because holier than thou creatures are walking around the world every single day. You can find them in churches, you can find them in bars, you can find them in restaurants, you can find them in the gym, the club. They're everywhere. People who pretend to be all high and mighty. They have the perfect moral code, they live to it every single day without exception. They're perfect. You can find those people everywhere. What I'm referring to is looking up to the heavens and seeing that there's only one authority you can draw your power from, that you can draw credibility for expressing your ideas from, and that's God. That's God. I don't care what you want to call God, what God you believe in. It's God. It's the ultimate. There's no further beyond. There's nothing greater. That's your source. That's where you're going to get your credibility from, your authority from. Now, people in day-to-day life are not going to see that as the authority you're drawing upon, because they may believe in a different God. They may read a different text. They may follow a different creed. And that's fine. They can live as they wish. And they can disagree with you as much as you want. But what's the most important thing you need to realize is that it's not about them accepting your authority. It's about you accepting your authority. Because that's how you're going to get over this feeling of being phony, being fake, not being ready to speak. As long as you know that you are secure in the divine, that you are secure in God, that God has you, that God is protecting you, that God has secured your future, has secured your present, has crystallized your past, has made it something that is safe, you're going to be okay. You can express yourself without worrying, because you know that even if you slip up, like I've done twice in this video, which sucks because I'm super hard on myself. I hate it when I don't say every single last word perfectly. I am a perfectionist to the core. And I'm not self-conscious about my lisp, but I'm very aware that it's there. And I'm sure somebody is going to say that I have one, especially since I just pointed it out, considering that people have said I have one before. One of the comments on a video from a long time ago, perhaps a year and a half ago, was, "You have a necro lisp." I didn't even notice until then. Now I notice more than ever. But whenever you're drawing your authority from God, you're going to be willing to express yourself, because you know that God has protected you, that you can say what's on your mind, you can speak as you wish, and that as long as you're willing to update your ideas, alter them, change them, tweak them, improve upon them, discard them entirely, then you're going to be okay. And if you do that, you're going to make the world a better place, because you're going to shake up the stagnant. You're going to stir up the waters. You're going to see where people really lie. You're going to uncover people's true intentions, what they really believe, what they really want out of life. You're going to push dialogue further. And you're going to come up with ideas that are going to further stoke the flames to your virility, your life force, so that you can continue to develop as a person, so that you can continue to create and build and explore and expand, to chase after more life, the life that you desperately crave. Don't wait for an authority. Don't wait for somebody on earth to tap you on the shoulder. Don't wait for a holier-than-thou figure. The only authority you're going to find that's high enough to give you the confidence to speak right now, before you're ready, before you've ran the marathon, before you've built the 7-figure business, before you've built the 6-pack body, before you become a pro athlete, before you become a full-time content creator, is the authority of God, the authority of the genuine God up above. And it's not about words, it's not about labels, it's not about what book you read, it's about a feeling. Do you feel it? Do you have any reservations? Do you have any doubts? If you have reservations and doubts, it's not the right God. You're not doing it for God. You're not drawing upon that source. When you're doing it for God, there are no reservations and doubts. There are no anxieties. There are no fears. There's just action. There's just life. There's just the present. Nothing else matters but God and what God has created, including the terror of life. But that's for another video. In any case, let me know what you think about this, and comment down below necro lisp if you watched this far, because you're a real one if you did. In any case, have a good night. Cindy Da Vinci. See you in the next one.